Hey guys, let's talk a little bit about lead conversion. This stuff is going to apply to pretty much every lead out there. I don't care if it's a referral, an online lead, or one of your friends or family. All this stuff still applies. So number one is speed to lead. When you get the lead, you need to call them immediately. And I'm not talking about sending them an email either. Email is the lowest conversion ratio. You need to call them, pick up the phone. I know this thing that you think is a computer, it's actually a phone. And you can make phone calls with it. So the biggest reason I see real estate agents fail, number one, they're scared of the phone for whatever reason. They're scared to call people, and they don't have any courage. They're worried about what they're going to say to them, or if they're going to sound funny, or if they don't know what they're talking about. You have to have courage in the presence of fear. You need to call them. Don't be scared to call them. So call them. You call them immediately, within 5 minutes. If they don't answer, call them again. You ever get a phone call from a number you don't recognize and you don't answer it? Well, what happens when you get another phone call from that same number? You answer it. So call them twice if you need to be, right back to back. Call them twice. If they don't answer, send them a text message. Then send them an email. Wait a little bit, call them again. If you're paying for these leads, you need to convert them. So don't let that money go down the drain. You're not just missing out on the cost of the lead, you're missing out on the cost of the commission. If your average commission is $10,000 and you don't call a lead, you lost $10,000. So think of it like that, and you're going to miss out on a lot less leads. So you're 100 times more likely to connect with someone if you call them within 5 minutes. If you get a lead, you're driving on the freeway, exit, go park, call them. You're 21 more times likely to close them if you get them on the phone within 5 minutes. So call them. Next best thing to calling is texting. If you're in a loud area and you can't call someone, text them. They might respond. There's also really cool services out there that will text for you. One of my favorites is 5 Street. It's a really simple program. It really just does one thing, and that's text leads right when they come in. It scans for all your leads as they come in and will text them right away. It's really cool. It's pretty cheap. Looks like it's $20 a month. I believe you can get it for free if you're purchasing Realtor.com leads. So that's kind of cool. I used it a long time ago when I was buying Realtor.com leads. Now, I bought leads in the past, and I no longer have to anymore, because if you think about it like this, you get a lead that you paid for, you get a client from that lead that you paid for. That client moves 7 times in their lifetime. They refer you out to who knows how many people. So after you've gotten enough leads and you've got enough closings, those closings grow on themselves. You get more repeat business and referrals. So think of it as the long term. The ROI on leads is usually pretty good, but it's even better when you look at it as more of a lifetime lead. So don't be scared to call them. Be courageous. Be courageous in the presence of fear. Call them. Don't worry about what you're going to say to them. Just call them. Stop flustering over your thoughts and thinking, what am I going to say? And what if I say the wrong thing? Who cares? Just call them. It's going to come across organic anyway. So you're going to ask them questions, and they're going to answer, and then eventually they're going to start asking you questions. So don't think too much about it. Don't overthink this. I'm going to go ahead and post this list of questions in the section down below, and while you're down there looking at it, hit the little subscribe button and smash the like button, but don't break your keyboard, because those kind of, these mine is kind of expensive. I thought I broke mine the other day. Cat jumped on here, knocked over the cup of water, and it stopped working, and I had a nice keyboard, but I dried it out and it worked just fine. But anyway, I'll post these down below. So take a look at these questions. Now, if you don't get someone on the phone, the first try, the first day, don't give up on them. Keep calling them. Sometimes it takes 7, 8, 9, 10 days before they finally answer the phone. So I usually give up around 10 calls. So if you have a CRM, every time you call them, make a note. Make a note like I called them. When you hit 10, if they don't answer, okay, go ahead, move on. Now you're welcome to go further. It's just my personal rule. But definitely don't give up after 1 or 2. Sometimes it's pretty common that it'll take 3 or 4 before they even answer. And let's talk about what to do with someone if they're not ready to buy. Now, don't get me wrong. I've had those clients where you get a lead. They say, hey, can I go see 1234 Main Street? And you say, yeah, sure, let's go take a look. You go, you show it to them. They say, I want to buy it. They put a contract, and they buy it. I've had that happen countless times. It's freaking awesome. But more often than not, that's not the case. They're going to say, hey, I want to go see 1234 Main Street. You say, 1234 Main Street actually sold last week. Are you interested in 1235 Main Street? It's really similar. No, maybe this one. Okay, so they're not ready to go shopping. So you need to put them on a drip campaign. There's a few different drip campaigns you can do. My favorite is actually straight from the MLS, and I'll show you why. First off, if you go to your MLS, you need to set up your signature line. So in Netris, you just go to your name over here, go to settings, my information, email signature, and just fill that out. Pretty simple. Once you have that set up, you can create a search. So search residential detailed. Your MLS may or may not look exactly like this, so you might have to figure out how it works, but it's going to be pretty similar concept. So you're going to want to select your actives and your coming soons. This is the reason why the MLS search is so powerful, because you might tell them, hey, I'm going to shoot you a list of new properties as they hit the market. Like, oh, you don't need to do that. I'm searching on Zillow. I'm searching on Realtor.com. And you say, well, I actually have access to something they don't, and it's called the coming soon listing. I get access to the properties before they even hit the market. And you do that with MLS. You have a coming soon. And so you will get properties before Zillow. And so they're going to want that. And if you can't get a hold of a client when you get a lead, set them up on a search anyway. I've had people that didn't answer the phone, didn't answer the text message, and then I just put them on a search based on guessing their criteria. So if the lead comes in at, like, let's say it's a $500,000 home in Keller, I'll make the search from $450 to $550 in Keller. Sounds reasonable. And just start sending them these listings, especially the coming soon ones. And they'll be like, whoa, that's cool. I haven't seen that anywhere. So let's show you how to set that up. So let's say they want to buy a home between $350 and $450 and they want to be in Keller ISD. So you can set that up. We got 16 matches, and they want a pool. All right, not too many options. There you go. So we got our results, and then what you want to do is hit save, new auto email. So this is actually going to send them listings right when they hit the market. So first you want to create them as a contact, create a new contact, add them in there, and then in the subject line, I like to do home search, and then put the information on the search. Keller ISD, sorry for the typo, with pool, 350 to whatever it was, whatever the search criteria was. And then the message, you can edit on the fly here, or you can create your new template in the settings and change that. Now, real important here is the scheduling. I like to do ASAP. Now, unless there's a ton of listings that meet the criteria, if there's a ton, you might do daily or weekly or something. But if there's not a ton of listings, you want ASAP. And the reason for that is they're probably on other search websites like Realtor.com, Zillow, or Redfin also. And if that company sends the new listing before you do, you look like an idiot. So go ahead and set yours to ASAP, and you will beat Zillow. They will get your email first, and so you look cool, and just save it, and it'll send it out. So that's kind of the basics, lead conversion. Get them on the phone, meet with them in person, get a lender. So if one of these questions is, do you have a lender? Have you spoken to a lender? And if they say no, get your preferred lender to also help convert them. As soon as someone gets a pre-qualification letter, they are hot. People don't just get that when they're window shopping. They get that when they're serious. So get a lender involved. If you don't have a lender, start reaching out to lenders. Call lenders in your area. Ask them what they have to offer. You know what they're going to do? Hey, want to go get lunch on Wednesday? They're going to invite you to lunch. They're going to buy you lunch and tell you all the cool things they have to offer. Win-win. Find a lender you like. Find someone that has a really good follow-up plan, because they're also following up with them. So you're following up with them. They're following up with them. Eventually, some of you are going to get them to say, I'm ready to buy. And when that happens, you get a deal. So follow up with those leads. Don't be scared to do it. You can do this. It's not rocket science. And that's our lesson for the day.